Next week, we'll be discussing Inglourious Basterds. Tom, how was your watch?
I saw this movie, I think, in the theaters, and the ending had been spoiled for me, which is fine. It's fine to have this movie spoiled. I watched it again this time on my television with a friend who had also watched it, and she had watched it in a graduate class in conversation with Milton Samson Agonistes, which sounds bonkers if you know that poem. But I really enjoyed this. I'm not a Tarantino fan. I don't like most of his movies, especially Pulp Fiction. I'll say that. But I like this, and I like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think these are the two Tarantino films I like. And watching this again, the campy scene chewy stuff is a tremendous amount of fun, and it really made me miss acting. The the way they used accents in it, especially Brad Pitt's character, that I love that accent and the way he articulates things. It's very, very theatrical and very enjoyable. And it also has a sort of total film feel, right? It's about movies that save us from real history. And so I had a good time. I had a lovely time. How about you, Ragnar? How was your first watch?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I mean, that Buongiorno that Brad Pitt throws out is just every time I watch it's hilarious. It's my third time watching it. I feel that just like all his other movies, Tarantino films get better with watches because you kind of get to enjoy his attention to detail and his craftsmanship more. And the tense scenes, like the opening scene, which I think is legendary, and the basement scene, the tension is still there. I still feel the tension even though I know exactly what's going to happen. So I think it's an incredible film, and I'm very curious as to what you think, KJ.
I enjoy Tarantino movies. I do. I really like the Tarantino movies, but the first time I watched this one, I must have slept through some because when I watched this time, there were entire chapters I had forgotten. This movie did not capture me at all. Well, I shouldn't say that. The first scene's great. The basement scene's it's fun. And Christoph Waltz is such a joy to watch in this movie the whole time. When he's on the frame, I'm in. But otherwise, I don't think this Tarantino movie's for me. But Tom, if we're pairing him with poems, I don't know very many poems. I certainly hadn't heard of the poem you had mentioned. The only one that came to my mind is If by Rudyard Kipling. So if anybody wants to watch the movie and then read a poem, maybe If by Rudyard Kipling. Maybe you can find it online.
Well, the Samson Agonistes is about Samson, right? So what does Samson do at the end of that Bible tale?
Just tell us.
Oh, so it all down, brings the building down.
He pulls the building down, yeah. And in that poem, they change it to a theater. He's in a theater, and
I had no idea there was a Samson in the Bible. How
Oh,
about you,
yeah,
Nick?
yeah.
How was
Samsonite. I was way off.
How are you, Nick? How was your watch?
One of the reasons I do this podcast is to pick movies like this. I know I had seen it in the theater and enjoyed it. Probably saw it one more time after when it was on DVD and had not seen it in many, many years. So we were doing a war theme, and it just came to mind that, you know what, I kind of want to give that a rewatch. So that's what I did. And I was pleasantly, I don't know, can you be re-surprised about a movie? I really enjoyed it. I forgot how much I enjoyed it in the past. I like the chaos in this film, the choppiness of how it feels to accomplish what they're trying to do and the missteps along the way, because war is chaos. So I really did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to exploring this further with you guys next week.